day, grade 10 learners. Our lesson for today is percentages, part 1. Did you know percentage is a value which represents 100 parts of a whole, and it helps us to interpret the data better. Budgeting would never be possible and easy without the usage of a percentage. So percentage plays the very important role when one is budgeting. So also in the business world, percentage plays a major role, as you will see when we continue with our lesson. By the end of this lesson, you must be able to convert from percentage to fractions and decimal, calculate percentage of a value, increase a value by a percentage, and decrease a value by a percentage. So this is the content that we are going to cover in this lesson. The first one is calculating the percentage of a value. Secondly, increase a value by a percentage. And finally, decrease a value by a percentage. So let us have a look at the content that you will need, that we should apply in this lesson, what you've learned previously. The first one is calculation and simplification with fractions, simplification with decimals, as well as rounding off the values. So let us look at the first example. Express the following fractions as a decimal. The first one, we are having 5 divided by 2. So if you have 5 divided by 2 and we have to express it as a decimal, we simply need to press the calculator and divide 5 by 2. Let us divide together. 5 divided by 2 will then be, the answer is 2,5. Most importantly, I said do not round off the answer, as the accuracy will be affected. So as you are expressing a fraction as a decimal, we only round off if the examiner says so. If not, then you don't have to round it off. Secondly, 1 divided by 4, let us press the calculator together. 1 divided by 4, the answer is 0,25. Then we've expressed the fractions as the decimals. Okay, these are new words that we are going to interact with. The percentage, I will explain this as I come to the context, as I'm using it in the context. Okay, markup price, markdown price. Those are the 3 concepts that we are going to be using, the new words basically in the concepts that I'm going to introduce. So let us have a look at the first concept. The first concept is calculating the percentage of a value. Okay, so as we calculate the percentage of a value, we need to define what is a percentage. A percentage is a number represented as part of 100. So once we talk about a percentage, you should know that it's a value which is part of 100. Whatever value will be divided by 100, most importantly. Secondly, this is the sign which is used to express a percentage. So as we will be talking about the percentage, this sign is most importantly, then it will be interpreted as divide by 100, because we said once you see a percentage is a number which is represented as a part of 100. Okay, so we say the percentage can be expressed as a fraction and a decimal. So as we express the percentage as a fraction and decimal, here's an example. We are having 25%. So this 25%, as I said earlier on, remember I said a percentage is a part of 100. So if we have 25%, we can as well write it as 25 divided by 100. Then we've expressed it as a fraction. As a decimal, therefore, we need to press the calculator. Can we press the calculator together? We are having 25 divided by 100. The answer that you get on the calculator is 0.25. So as a decimal is 0.25. As a fraction is 25 out of 100. So this is to say these two are equivalent to 25%. Okay. The first example, therefore, is to determine 20% of 1,000. Now, the topic that we are doing is calculating the percentage of the value. You must be able to calculate a percentage of a value. So we say if the question is determine 20% of 1,000, what is key? We say for you to do the calculation, it is always easy to change this percentage to the fraction form. This is the first step. Please make sure that before you can do your calculation, you change it to a fraction form. So as we change it to a fraction form, then it becomes 20 divided by 100, and then we multiply by 1,000. We can verify that together. Let us press the calculator together. It's 20 divided by 100, and then we multiply by 1,000. I hope you all got the correct answer. We get 200 rand. Then let's move to the second example. Maria got 15% of her 2,000 rand investment back. Calculate the amount of money she has received. So to calculate this, already we know that if you have 15%, we need to express it as a fraction first. So we express it as a fraction, and we will have 15 divided by 100 multiplied by 2,000 rand. So let us press the calculator together. Then we have 15 divided by 100, and then we multiply this by 2,000 rand, and then what we get is 300 rand. So it means she has received the amount of 300 rand extra on top of what she invested. So because the question is calculate the amount of money she has received, this one it will be the interest that she has received. But the total amount of money that she will receive at the end is going to be the 2,000 rand, and then we add it to the 300 rand, and then the total will be 2,300 rand. This is the amount that Maria has received. Let us take a short break. I will see you right after the break.